got a little sunny. We had to put on our hats today, guys. I love it.
We haven't prepped this episode. I said to Jaclyn, this is what Adam always says when we're just going to do something. He goes, fuck it, we're doing it live.
We're doing it live. That's how the podcast is. You know, we've been changing locations. We originally were shooting in yours. We're in mine today.
We're just jumping back and forth. So
you know, nothing feels right because we're not in studio. I think originally we were talking.
I was gonna go. Welcome back to Poddy Talk,
the podcast where we shit talk ourselves. I'm Jack,
and I'm Torri, and I needed to like do an arm to
that
intro.
That was nice. Thank you for the flag.
Yeah.
But no, we were talking about it a lot because you know we have guests on sometimes, not every episode. But when we were in studio, it just made way more sense. And we started doing them on Zoom, and then the quality, you guys were commenting, like, this is garbage, and we're like, we know the audio is not good. So it was nice because we got to be able to have a few guests that weren't local, but for the most part, we're like, we just need to wait until life gets back to normal. We want to do all of our guests justice and
it's true.
Have them in studio. So don't worry, it will not just be us for the rest of time, but until quarantine goes, you're stuck with us, so sorry about that, guys.
Let's roll the intro.
So we're gonna do what? Welcome back to Poddy Talk again?
We hadn't rolled the intro, but that's fine. Okay. We're back, and
we're here. We have bucket hats on. Joe Fresh, actually.
Yeah, Joe Fresh. Thank you so much. I have so many things to discuss today.
What's going on?
So number one, I had the most shocking experience yesterday.
What happened?
I was just stopping. So you know, Megan, our friend Megan, does like a roast. She's from Ireland, and like they're big on their roasts there. Yeah. So it was my first roast, so I thought, okay, you know what, I'm going to go and get a nice bottle of wine, because she was getting all the food, so it was like my contribution to the evening. So I go in to the LCBO in my local neighborhood. Like the LCBO, if you're American and listening, is sort of like Bevmo, or like...
I always forget that they don't
have LCBO.
Yeah.
Like you can just get alcohol anywhere in the U.S.
Well, LCBO is only in Ontario, right?
Yes.
Do they have LCA?
No.
In like Alberta?
No, they have
LCBA?
different ones in Vancouver too. It's like Bag or something. I don't know, comment below.
It's the place where you get alcohol.
Yeah, so whatever. I'm in my local one that like I would go to typically on any given time if I needed to get a bottle of wine or any drinks or whatever. So I go in and I'm at the cash and I have my mask on and everything. It's not like I look over, and had just come off a 10K walk, so it's not like I looked any type of way. I looked hideous and sweaty and I had my mask on, whatever. And the guy is like a young guy that's checking me out. Like not checking me out, but just
checking me out.
No, he's like checking, like doing the actual like payment. And he goes, wow, you're here a lot. And I
said that?
Yeah. And I was like, so are you.
This is a non-judgment zone, sir.
I was like, but it was so crazy. And I was like, well, does that just mean you're paying attention that I'm coming in? Like maybe
maybe he's just noticing you.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not really there all that much, but it definitely is my.
But to be fair, there was some birthdays, so like you probably had been stalking.
Yeah, and I was there on Friday with Elle, my other friend.
And you're
so
such a shockingly small human, so he's like,
True.
This girl is going through.
True, like maybe he just like thought I was literally just an alcoholic and I was just binging. But I was like, what a crazy thing to say.
It is kind of also. Well, it's also. Imagine you actually were going through something.
Well, yeah.
And then he says that, and you're like, like that would be so. Like he probably was he young though?
Yeah.
He was probably trying to like flirt with you though. Or,
I know.
Like, make a moment.
And it was really awkward too because I had my headphones in and I
come again.
Yeah. So I go, what? And he goes, you're here a lot, and I was like, what?
Oh no.
I was like, sir. So are you. You work here. Like, what do I even say?
Have you been seeing on TikTok, they have the trend of how the kids are getting alcohol these days. Since a lot of people are obviously wearing masks, they will have the mask on, and they've been dressing their friends up like an old grandma.
No way.
So they'll do, like, old granny makeup, put on, like, wrinkles. And
so
then,
it's
like,
actually been working?
Yes, and they're fully, like, in, like, these, like, you know, layered sweaters, and they have a mask on, so you can't really tell. So at first glance, you're like, oh, that's an older woman.
Stop.
And, like, it's a whole trend. I'll have to show it to you. It is absolutely iconic.
I mean, honestly,
work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, like, that's
smarter,
hilarious. I mean, Toronto specifically, well, Ontario specifically is so controlled that, like, yeah, in no other time of life would you ever be able to get away with that because they're so strict about IDs and, like, checking. So, yeah, wow, crazy. But anyways, that experience was so crazy. I was like, sir, leave me alone.
Oh, no. So that was yesterday? You got that dig?
I got the dig.
Oh, no.
It was cray-cray.
Okay, what else has been going on in life? I feel like...
Yeah, so
we're slowly adjusting.
You can Dr. Phil me on this one. So, okay.
I also want to preface, I'm like, hey, Tor, what are we going to talk about? We normally will kind of like brief a few topics or like things that are going on. She goes, I got this. I have a lot of things to say. You'll just follow lead. I'm like, okay, Tor, this is your moment.
So you can Dr. Phil me on this. So I got this feedback that essentially people that rewatch content, so like TV shows, movies, whatever, do that because they suffer from severe anxiety. Because they like to know how things end. And you know that I rewatch things like pretty much every single day. Like I rewatch Gossip Girl, I rewatch Sex and the City, I rewatch Friends, I rewatch Harry Potter, like all of these things. And so I thought to myself, do I have a deep riding anxiety that I don't even know about, and I do that as like a sign of comfort?
Yeah, I mean, it probably is. There definitely is, I'm sure.
What do you think, Dr. Phil?
Well, Torri, thanks for coming on the show today.
Yeah.
So, no, honestly, there is definitely a self-soothing element to it, and I've seen you many of times. I mean, you always will watch Gossip Girl, and then you fall asleep within seconds.
I know, it's so weird.
So there's something probably about the routine of it, and yeah, the
creature of habit.
Familiarity.
Would you say you're a creature of habit?
I think lately, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I think humans, thrive best on some sort of routine or consistency.
I agree.
But it's like, I like the consistency of, especially right now, like waking up in my own bed, being at my house, having my breakfast, but I like my afternoons to be spontaneous and whatever comes, but I still want those like bookends of starting my day and ending my day to be consistent for the most part.
I agree.
Whereas I feel like we tell ourselves like, we're so busy, we love craziness, but truly what I find comfort in is having some sort of structure.
I agree.
Not the whole day, but you know.
Yeah, the structure seems kind of important to me as well.
I think you're very like structured.
I think I'm more of a creature, like I'm actually a really big creature of habit, which is so interesting that I've been able to live the lifestyle that I have. Because you'd think I would be really anxious then, like when I'm on the road and stuff.
Well, I think just because you prefer habit and or routine, like I'm that way as well, doesn't mean you don't also thrive without it.
I guess.
You're also good without it, I think I'm that way as well. But
like even down to like food, it's like I will eat the exact same things.
I have the same breakfast every day.
Yeah. Or like when I go to a restaurant, like we have fresh for lunch. It's like I will literally always get the same stuff.
I think there is something to be said though. Have we talked about decision fatigue before?
I think so.
Like the idea of, I think it's something to, like, I mean, I'm sure it varies.
It's because we're trying to be more effective, right?
Yeah, so basically, I think it's something to the extent of you make about 1,000 decisions a day. Whether it's, do I want to have iced coffee or hot coffee? Do I want to make my bed right now or make it in 5 minutes? Like all those little decisions that you're making without even being conscious of. So, I mean, obviously your brain is always working. We live in a very, also, especially with social media, always being on your phone, always being stimulated.
Yeah.
That the brain is probably way more work than it ever should be.
True.
So, it's so easy to get exhausted by this. Oh, sorry, that is my fault this time. I can't even yell at you.
You gotta live,
laugh, love. Live, laugh, love. You gotta live, laugh, love. Live, laugh, love, and live, and love, and love, and love, and love.
I don't think people actually listen to this podcast.
I don't think anyone listens to it. If they did, they just clicked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something to be said for, it's like all major CEOs. You look to Apple, to, Facebook. Not that I'm trying to be, did you see how much sunscreen he wore?
Who?
Mark Zuckerberg. Google right now, Mark Zuckerberg sunscreen. It came out this morning.
Really?
It's a shocking image. I respect the sun safety, but something is fascinatingly just hilarious about that man.
Like he wore too much?
Oh.
Sunscreen.
I'm sure it was everywhere on the internet this morning. Go images.
Images? Maybe. No way.
Like he's surfing and it is a
no, that's not sunscreen.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, poor guy.
It's a lot of sunscreen.
Oh, he used a zinc one, I think.
I think it is zinc. That doesn't blend in as good.
One of my dad's friends, once I picked him up from the airport with my dad, they had just come back from Florida, and he did that. He had zinc. He has like very sensitive skin.
So he had a thick layer of it.
It was a thick layer of zinc sunscreen, and my mom goes, "Oh, Carrie, I can get you some new sunscreen."
It's like, you know how you see in the movie surfers will just put like, or lifeguards will put a lot on their nose? It's like he did that, but to the whole face. But hey, I guess he's treating his skin the way he needs to.
It's important, and maybe he also is just trying to keep that young porcelain vibe.
He has made some interesting choices. You watch videos of him, you're like, wow, you were just...
Harvard didn't teach you everything.
Fascinating. But my point being that a lot of these people who have to make very big decisions and are running big companies try to streamline the amount of decisions they have to make in the day, and that's why a lot of them wear the same outfits every single day.
True. Steve Jobs.
Something is inspiring about that, and not to draw comparisons or conclusions, but I think I wear the same sweatpants and baggy shirt every single day, so am I onto something?
I mean, you definitely. That's funny. That's the one area where I don't do that. Like,
I've never seen you in the same outfit.
I'm not an outfit repeater. No, but I actually am not. Like, I will wear like a flip flop that I've had for 3 years, and Adam will say, "Oh, when did you just get those?" And I'm like, "Nope, 3 years old. You just haven't seen them have a comeback yet."
How many days actually do you think you could go, like in terms of your current wardrobe?
365.
More than that.
Maybe.
If you're talking like maybe
500
like
days.
a jean.
Yeah, if I could reuse a jean. Yeah.
Maybe. I think more. I think you could probably do 4 years.
No, well, if I could
mix
reuse a bottom and
like if you could mix and match.
I've honestly
new
cleansed.
Outfits.
I've cleansed in the last few months with quarantine and everything. I've really gone through. Yeah, it's a lot more organized in there. There's not as much as you would think anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. But I still 365 for sure.
Do you feel decision fatigue in the morning when you go, what can I wear? Or you just have a vision, you go, I want a pink sparkly top and a mini skirt and
I have never been stressed out about choosing an outfit. I can honestly say that.
Okay, that is so funny. I was talking about this, was it on the podcast or my YouTube? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But people were commenting saying some people had similar stories. As a child, I had major issues with clothes. And it's kind of funny because I'm still kind of that way now.
Yeah.
That I hate being uncomfortable.
Right.
And you totally will if it's a great outfit, it's worth the uncomfortableness. Whereas it was my goal this year to never choose uncomfortable clothes anymore.
Right.
And as a kid, I used to have major issues. Like my mom would make me try on all the outfits. We'd say we'd be going to Florida.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, hey, this is our day one. This is when we're going to Disney. This is like, and I'd pick on, try on the outfits and approve them beforehand.
Wow.
I was like a 3-year-old, right? Because my mom knew this was an issue in my life. Then we would get to Florida and then like in the morning, I'd be like, I can't wear it. And I'd rip it off and like, something about the feeling of clothes being, I can't even explain it, or something being too tight, or like,
it's like you're a nudist in your
in my soul.
In your soul.
Honestly, deep down, I think I am. But and it would just cause major crises to the point that I actually have a memory in my head of my mom like flipping out at me in Florida because I was like ruining the morning, being like an annoying child, having a tantrum, and my mom was like, "We are going to take you to therapy if you do not put on these clothes. Like something is like wrong. Like what is going on?"
Yeah.
And then I think I slowly maybe just got it together / grew out of it, but I still have tendencies of being like, ugh, I get really uncomfortable. I'll just like get home and rip off my like clothes. I can't.
That's so
interesting. Maybe that's a deep-rooted anxiety.
Maybe
we have a lot of undiagnosed.
You feel claustrophobic in clothes. I find comfort in rewatching things.
Yeah, we all have strange habits. What other quirks? Like what other weird things do you find yourself doing that?
I don't close lids.
Oh, I learned that the hard way. I almost spilled your
Adam hates it because I like don't close lids on anything, whether that's toothpaste, a water bottle, like even jars I kind of struggle with. It just kind of seems like so much work.
Oh, no, I can pick one for you. I'm picking one for you. In your fridge, I go to put I had bought some ingredients, we were going to make a dinner or something one day. I go inside the fridge and I'm like, oh, there is no room in here. It's filled to the brim.
Yeah.
So Tor just goes, it's fine, there's totally room. Takes eggs, fragile eggs, wedges them in sideways, then puts a bottle of like wine on top, like very breakable items, just like jams it and then shuts the door quick. And I'm like, my dude, like something, no, we need to address this. She's like, no,
that's
it's
what's so weird. It's like, yeah, is that I'm so, like, that's what I mean again.
Yeah.
That proves that my non-anxiousness, because I'm like, I don't
think
give a fuck if the eggs fall, like, may they crack as they will. Like,
I hope they fall.
Like, I don't know, I really wonder.
I think it is, you have a sense of like, whatever will be.
Laissez-faire.
Whatever will be. And I
do have a lot of that.
And I'm more like preventative. I'd be like, you know what, I'd rather take 5 minutes, let's clean out.
Yeah, I'm not like that. Oh, yeah. I think really then at its core, it's my impatience. If we're really diving in deep,
you just couldn't sit there.
I just don't even want to take that time because time is money and money is more important to me. No, literally, like I actually think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's something that it's, my mom must be so...
Because Stephen, one of our friends, said this to me the other day.
We are all ants?
Well, no, that is the original quote by Stephen, but the secondary quote is that he believes I'm money-driven, which I've always known that.
Yeah.
That's not
a revelation.
It's not a discovery. But I think maybe that in its core is a part of it too, because I really tie efficiency to money, which is maybe why I tie impatience to a lack of money. So I'm like, don't come at me with wasted time. Maybe,
you know what I've actually realized? This is getting very personal, all of our little moments.
Dr. Phil?
But yeah, no, I think actually, if I'm thinking about why, say, in that situation, I would want to sit there and clean the fridge and organize it. I am very affected by my personal space. So in your house, I'm not bothered by that. I mean, on a level of, hey, I don't want to break the eggs, but like, I don't actually care if your fridge is, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's my own space, I do have a very much so like a visual thing. Like if my space doesn't visually look right in the sense like things are all over the place.
Yeah.
It is like uncomfortable. I'd rather things look properly.
Right.
I'm very like visually driven. To the point that I would rather have a couch that visually gives me the right feeling than it actually being comfortable to sit on.
But you're also more OCD than me in that way.
Yeah.
Like, that's like...
It's been a learned behavior. My mother definitely instilled that in me.
You're more OCD in that way in everything in life. Because even, like, if... And to my point, it's not overwhelming to me in the way that it's overwhelming to you. Which is so interesting. Like, if you open my computer, for example...
Oh, that is a problem!
Like, if you just open my computer, it's just, like... It's just a free-for-all. It's just, like, the whole desktop is covered in random files, random photos.
No. It's not only... You know the desktop when you get a little icon for a folder or an image that's on the desktop? It's not just that. We're talking 4 layers of, like, images on top of images when it has to double stack because there's so much on the desktop.
This must say a lot about me as a person.
But that's what I'm saying. It is all to say that you actually don't get anxiety by those things.
Yeah,
it's
like,
not the reverse.
Exactly.
It's nothing gives me anxiety. I just don't like it. I prefer it not that way.
Totally. And then again, it's like that... It's like I'm so impatient that I don't even care to sit there and try and sort through to put all that into folders. And then what's also weird is that I'm so organized in different ways and then I'm not organized in other ways. It's like, it's very, very strange, Dr.
That's
Phil.
the thing. Well, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there definitely is something to be said for it. I mean, it's like, you find organization and peace in different ways. And I think that's just like, it's human to human.
That's it.
But the more commonly understood things, you definitely don't align with.
What, like putting eggs on top of floating characters?
But this is what I'm also saying, though. There is a sense of, like luck is always on your side. The egg should have fallen, but they didn't. And maybe that's because if you sometimes you put out the good karma, and then the eggs go, I'm not going to fall. You think there's a
honestly,
it all comes back to the juju.
That's what I'm saying. I think because I don't overthink a lot of those things, like I just let it be what it'll be, it usually, will fall in my favor.
Well, there's, something to be said for like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you sit there and worry, oh my God, like my eggs are gonna fall today, I'm just gonna wake up and they're gonna fall, then the eggs probably will fall, or you'll subconsciously do more things to make the eggs fall. Like, it is a weird thing. You just
double-edged sword.
Mindset is powerful.
It's so true.
Very powerful.
Speaking of manifestation, there was a hilarious... triggered me, really, is the word I should use, because a penis just appeared on my Instagram story this morning, and I wasn't prepared for it, and I'm going to be honest, it's not the place, okay? Instagram is just simply not the place.
Having your morning coffee and you open a story, hello!
So, okay, let me give a little bit of a backstory. So I follow this person, and and basically her like quote was like, oh, I never thought I could a few years ago I never thought I could manifest this handsome naked man in my kitchen. Like, she was talking about manifesting her like current boyfriend. And like, in fairness, she totally could have like just done it by accident. But in the image in the video she posted, he's like standing making a smoothie as she's like videoing him being like, haha, manifesting a naked man.
Oh, that was a video?
It was a video. So
I thought it was a picture.
Is just like bouncing.
Well, the way that
I don't think she saw it. Like,
it was strategically like there was a soap bottle and like some stuff like on
covering
the
his
countertop
butt
that covered like any areas.
Yes.
But then the one moment it escapes.
Yes. And I was like,
and she definitely
didn't know. Dude, I don't think you want to be putting your boyfriend out there on a scale like this. To be fair, I would never even do that, even like in my most
even if there was no
sober
nudity.
moments.
Yes,
like like I just. That's not my style.
It was totally an accident because you said she deleted
it
right away.
Well, then it was deleted.
You screenshot it. You sent it to me. You're like,
because I was like, I'm confused. Am I missing something here? And then it was deleted afterwards. So
she probably posted it, didn't realize, and a friend goes, "Yo, I don't think you realize you actually exposed your boyfriend."
Well, I would have DM'd, but like, you know, when it's like so uncomfortable because you're like, is this the goal?
Yeah, was that intentional?
Because it's like you don't want to come across like a prude being like, hey, by the way,
just so you know,
it's 8 a.m. and I'm staring at your boyfriend's peen. But at the same time, I'm like, it is 8 a.m. and I don't need to see it. And like,
well, it's like exactly what we were saying, like those accidental moments where I have a lot of reflection in my house, and it's like we were talking with the episode with Jamie Page, which if you haven't listened, go listen to that podcast episode. That was a great one. But Jamie was recording something, had a mirror behind her, wasn't wearing pants, and the accidental expose. I've had moments where I think I was
That's
like
what I was
filming.
going to ask you. Have you had the exposure?
Kind of. I don't think I've ever actually not caught it, but there's been many of times whether I'm making breakfast, filming a vlog, or what I eat in a day, and my toaster is very reflective, and I've like, maybe not had pants on, and just like wearing like a t-shirt to sleep in, and I was like, oh, I should throw on pants because I caught it. Or there's been times, I think I might have even told you this, if I'm, say, filming, like, Lush videos or bath videos and I was doing a demo, I was dropping some bath bombs.
And in the mirror?
Yeah,
like
so normally what I would do, say, for these Lush videos, say I would have 10 different bath bombs that I wanted to demo in the video.
Right.
I would actually just wait till I organically was going to use them. I wouldn't just, like, waste it all at once.
Yeah.
So over the week, I would, like, use a bath and would film it when I was going to take a bath.
Of course, yeah.
But half the time I would do it, like, as I'm naked about to hop into the bath.
Right.
And the, like, spout, the faucet is normally mirrored, right? So there was many times where I would, like, lean over to go drop the bath bomb in and not notice my reflection as I'm leaning in. So I would either have to strategically crop it out or just ensure that I was in a robe.
Right.
So now for safe practice, I just never
clothing.
record
naked
a video that's meant for YouTube naked.
in the nude.
In the nude.
My thing is also a second rule that I live by in life, besides live, laugh, love, is...
Don't steal mine. That's mine. That's one on my tombstone.
Someone said, because Megan, our friend on the weekend, was like going through the rules she's learned in quarantine, and they were so funny.
The number one rule, you gotta live, laugh, love.
No, and then her other thing is like, different strokes for different folks. Everybody's got to make their own decisions.
Yeah.
But anyways, one of the other rules in my long list of rules that I live by is don't send nudes. I've never sent a nude. I don't own a nude. I don't shoot a nude. It's not. You can't find that on my iCloud. You can't find that no matter who hacked into anything. I also think
safe practices. If you're gonna do it, don't get anything personal, i.e. a tattoo, i.e. personalized jewelry. Face obviously is a no. Don't get any, and like shoot against a white
jewelry.
Yeah, tattoos have also been like what has gotten people like linked back.
Yeah.
And don't obviously like if you have a very recognizable location, don't shoot in that area. Shoot against a white wall or like very
just be better. Like if you're gonna do it.
And I also heard I think I was on TikTok, and you know they're like 5 tips for like, and I was like, why am I getting recommended this? The algorithm's like, Jaclyn,
because
so
they know you're a nudist at heart.
Truly, any neighbor, like I'm so sorry. I have a lot of windows in my house, and my blinds are never down, so I apologize in advance. This is my theory though. It's also like if they want free entertainment, then I'm happy to provide. You know?
No, for sure.
But no, this was the other tip that I heard. It was also if you're gonna send a nude, and this was particularly for like people that like are on Snapchat, because you know people are like Snapchat, they disappear, whatever. Obviously you can still screenshot.
Right.
Sure, you're made aware, but people can still also take a photo of it like on another phone. There's so many ways around it.
True. But
someone said if you are sending, say, the same nude to multiple people,
right?
Put a different emoji on the photo so you can identify who you sent.
So
you're like, purple heart goes to Bob, red heart goes to whatever.
And then if like,
so then if the red heart
Bob exposes you, you know that.
I'm like, purple heart, Bob leaked my photo.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I mean, revenge porn is a totally like whole other topic, which is like horrible within itself. But
I feel a type of way about that. It makes me very uncomfortable.
No, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's like it all goes back to consent, and it's like this person did not consent for that image to be
and also public. Especially if it's someone that you were like dating or in a serious relationship with, and then they just use it against you. Like that's trash so savage.
Yeah, no, it's just like beyond inappropriate. I don't even know. That would just be like devastating.
That's when I believe in cancel culture, and I would come for you.
Oh yeah, but it's also interesting because it's all about like power, right? Like someone's like holding this over your head. I have this image, like they blackmail you, right?
Yeah.
But what is kind of fascinating, and I've seen a couple different like celebrities or public figures do this, and they'll be like, "Fuck it, this person's trying to like hold this over my head.
Yeah.
I'd rather get the clicks and the views, and I'd rather take the power back, and they'll just post it themselves.
Yeah.
Which honestly,
what's her name did that? Madison Beer, didn't she?
Maybe. I know Bella Thorne has done it. I know there's been. I want to even say like Troy Sivan, or like there's been a couple of different ones that I've seen, and it's honestly such a power move, and it's so iconic because also it's at the end of the day a naked body is a naked body.
Yeah.
And I agree, if it's a photo that was never intended for the public, that the idea of just someone sharing an image of you without you consenting is what's so bad.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you then reframe it and go, hey, I'm gonna choose to share this now, then that is actually like so badass, and hats off to you. For anyone not watching the YouTube version,
babies out here,
we have taken our bucket hats off as we said that.
Yeah. I love that. I love your thoughts. Love it. Dr. Phil, full circle.
And there we go.
Then, okay.
What are your thoughts on Dr. Phil popularizing kids like Bad Baby?
Bad Baby?
Is that her name? Catch Me Outside?
Oh, like Catch Me Outside.
Yeah. And there's been like multiple situations since then. He hates it. I actually was watching like a podcast with him, and he goes, he cannot believe that that's what happened, and he's like, I feel bad for being a part of it.
Really? And because she went so viral, you mean?
Yeah, exactly, for basically mistreating her mom. But then also on the flip side of it,
I mean, I look at him and I say comedy. Like, I
Dr.
do.
Phil's TikTok. Have you seen his TikTok?
No, but
Dr. Phil is an absolute
that's
legend.
what I mean. It's like, I don't take him seriously, and I will say on a totally separate note that I saw his son perform and open for the Jonas Brothers.
Oh my God!
With you.
We were at the concert.
And someone goes, Dr. Phil is here. But then we were like, what? And then they were like, no, it's Dr. Phil's son.
That is
Do you
actually
remember?
shocking. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because we were Googling, who is this? And he's like, hey guys, I'll meet you at like section 117 after
Yes.
the show. And we're like, should we go meet this, like, Dr. Phil's son? Or we're like,
Yeah.
who is this man kind of thing.
Right.
I ended up doing a Google search, and Dr. Phil's son is a performer.
And opened for the Jonas Brothers.
Now, do you think he got that gig
That's
based
relevant.
off of talent or his connections?
Well, yeah, so all this to say, a joke of a man. Like, I just...
Joke of a man, love the show. I find I will go
I
on
just think
deep.
it's funny, right? It's like, it's comedy.
Well,
he takes himself too seriously.
I mean, there's also a reason. If you have a very serious, whether it be Trump, it's also, I've heard so many stories of it being very, not exploitative, but you obviously have to sign your life away. It is a TV show at the end of the day.
I mean, yeah.
It's like, if I had a
Entertainment.
very big trauma that I needed to work through, I would never want it to be public and aired out like that.
Yeah.
But also, I guess there's some people who maybe can't afford it, and Dr. Phil, like, and his team does pay for all of, like, their therapy and, like, going to the horse ranch. And, like,
interesting.
so I guess it maybe makes sense if it's, like, a last
It
resort.
creates
But
an opportunity
at the end of the
for
day,
people.
it is
Yeah.
TV.
Right.
And...
So it's just like, be aware.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. That's the whole other story. It is entertaining, though. I will say
Yeah.
I do go on YouTube binges, and
I
I just
agree.
get hooked. It does always make me feel a little, like, sad, though. Like, their stories are...
I know.
it
I
is,
know.
Yeah, it could be...
Okay, so then
I don't want to be Dr. Phil anymore.
Okay, so I started listening to Girls Gotta Eat. Have you heard about this podcast? It's two women in their 30s, based out of New York.
Yes.
So
So
you
Tori
have-
told us about this.
Yes.
I've been listening.
Oh, you have heard it.
Yeah, I've listened to probably, I'd say, 15 episodes.
Oh wow. Okay, so
Oh, wow!
that's great. Love that,
Love that.
for you.
What's going on?
So anyway, so I listened to the first
Mm.
episode actually yesterday on my like 10K jaunt because I was inspired to try something new and listen to
Yeah.
it. So this is my thing. It made me laugh in a way. Like they're like it made me laugh. They're great. Like it's good.
What
But
are their names? It's Raina and...
Megan or something?
Oh, no. Okay, whatever. I'm sorry.
Ashley.
Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley and Raina.
And so I'm listening to the stories that they were talking about, like some of their like first dates and like bad dates and like things like that. So it like triggered a memory in me. And I don't know if I've ever shared this story on the podcast.
Oh,
but,
no.
Okay, so there was this guy. Well, it also made me trigger a memory that, like, we don't talk about boys that much on the podcast. Obviously, one, because, like, I've been dating Adam for 4 years, so, like, wow, my stories are so entertaining. Like, I don't even know. And then two, it's like, yeah, you're not dating anyone right now, so it's like, what do we...
There's nothing exciting.
There's
No
nothing
value
exciting.
to add.
But then I was like, wait, maybe there is value to add because, honestly, boys are amazing, and I have all these stories. So it triggered this torturous memory of me being in, like, first year university, and there was this guy, and it also reminded me because they're Jewish, and they just had this, like, hilarious, amazing Jewish energy, and he was Jewish, and I, like, anyways, that's not even very relevant, but it just reminded me of him, like, I hadn't
You had, like, a That's So Raven look into the future,
I
you get
hadn't
triggered
thought
back.
about him for so long, because we obviously, once I tell the story, we never actually dated, so it was just, like, whatever, he came to my mind. This was the story. So, he was a friend of a friend and was, like, in one of my classes. We were not in the same program, but, like, had mutual friends. And then we ended up in this, like, elective course together.
Okay.
And I thought he was, like, a really smart guy. Like, I liked that he was pretty, like, outspoken and, like, just always had something to say in lectures. And, like, I feel like intelligence is, like, a trigger for me. Like, I really like a smart dude. So, and I will say, he wasn't conventionally hot. Like, that's how I would say it. Because it's not that he was obviously unattractive, but he wasn't conventionally hot in the way that you would be like,
Hot man.
Yeah, walk past him on the street, you wouldn't be like, oh, you're hot. It was just like average, like, but whatever. But his you know those guys, it's like their personality.
I always say 85% personality can change the game.
It was 100% his personality that like made him somewhat attractive. And he also was a lot older, maybe even 2 or 3 years older than me, but he had like
the allure of the older
he had
man.
done like a gap year or something, so he was still in the class, but like he was older than me. Anyways, long and short of it was we had this class together, and he was always really nice to me in class. So I was like, oh, like maybe a vibe, like a vibe, like maybe a vibe. So I was invited to a party that he was going to. I actually think it was like his birthday. So I was like, made the cut.
I would love to
got
attend
invited,
and wish you happy birthday.
Got invited to the birthday.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is like amazing. Got like a nice outfit, went to the birthday. But then this like blonde model shows up. and she was like 6'1" and like so tall, and he was like with her all night. But again, not the most attractive guy. Spending all this time with her, I'm like, Kate, clearly I'm chopped liver, like I'm not getting any attention tonight. So I leave, whatever. But I did get his number at that point, so we were like on like a texting basis. And then I think we had like one other chill with like my mutual friend with one of his friends. He always gave me flirty vibes, but it was never like enough for me to really know, if that makes sense. It's like, what is that called?
Some
like
sense of like validation.
Like where someone like almost knows that you like them, so they like lead you
trailing you along, but you don't actually have the full loaf.
The full story. So finally I was like, and I'm like, I've always been like this and continue to be like this. I'm a very forward person. Like I'm like, if I want a man, I'm gonna get the man. I will say what I want to say. Like I enjoy the chase, but I also don't mind to be like pretty upfront, and I'll say like, yo, let's be together. Yeah. So I message him, and again, I was in like first year. I again have no experience at this point, like in any relationship or anything, and so I sent him a text, and I'm like, hey, like, just wondering if maybe you want to, like, grab burgers. I think I asked to grab burgers. I go, do you want to grab burgers, like, next week?
Just to show you're like, I'm not like other girls. Like, I eat burgers.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
a cool
I don't know.
Girl.
Yeah, and to be fair, at this point, like, I hadn't actually ever, like, said anything to him in person being like, oh, I like you. Like, this was basically my way of saying, I'm asking you on a date, you know, whatever. So I was like, yeah, do you want to go on this date, whatever. His response, first of all, I don't think he responded for like 5 days.
I'm vegetarian.
No, his response was, I'm actually busy for the rest of the semester. Dead.
No,
I go,
didn't.
Yeah, I'm busy for the rest of the semester. So,
how do you say that to someone?
Unfortunately, I'm busy for the rest of the semester, super swamped with like school and stuff.
I absolutely have no hour ever.
I have no hour. I have no time to see you.
Not until 6 months.
And still to this day, it really does get me because I'm like, you are shaggy. And why? And I am not Velma. What's the other one? I am
the purple, right?
Yes.
The orange hair.
Fred and Daphne.
Daphne.
You are Shaggy and I am Daphne. That's how I was like, this makes no sense.
Wait, so
like, he was not the Ken to my Barbie, so I was like, why are you acting like you're hot shit?
Okay,
and I put myself out there.
Dr. Phil is back.
Do you think I came on too strong?
I think maybe. No.
Get a burger with me!
But Torri, you initially were like, I have the power because I think I'm hotter than him.
Yeah.
And then the ego goes, he doesn't want to hang out with me.
Yeah.
Because maybe he felt like in his presence, he knew that you had the power or felt like you had the power. So he was like, oh, this girl thinks she's hot shit. And then he felt insecure around you. He felt that energy and then goes, I'm busy for the semester. That does suck though.
Please don't use that line
to anyone.
It's not even a bad excuse. It's actually just straight up mean. It's like, bitch, you're not busy for the rest of the semester.
It's like, I'd rather you just at that point be like, hey, you know what? Like, totally appreciate the invite. It's a no for me, dog.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I could take that. Like, if he had been upfront and was like, sorry, I'm like, I don't vibe with you like that. Like, I honestly think you're a nice girl, but like, I just don't see you like that. I could have totally like taken that.
Can you imagine he just instead like days later sends you a picture of him like eating a burger out like by himself?
This is probably the only. It's probably, now that I'm thinking back, the only guy that I ever like truly had a crush on
and didn't reciprocate.
That had no fucks to give about me.
That does hurt.
It does hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure maybe one or maybe another time, but I felt like in other moments of my life, there was definitely times where I liked a guy and they didn't like me back, but it always came back around. They would always message me and be like, oh, I like you now.
Well, that's the thing too, especially I think if you're friends with someone or someone's in your friend group, it's like, obviously there's naturally already like the friendship chemistry there. Like, I can see how all those other situations can always turn around.
Right.
But that's a little shocking that
he just did not like me. It's so shocking.
This episode is going to be titled Accepting Loss with Dr. Phil.
With Dr. Phil.
Well, I think we should hop into some roses and thorns because this day has escaped us yet again. We're another episode done and done.
And I've brought up traumas from years past.
Okay, so some roses and thorns. I want you to go first because I always go first and I never know what I'm talking about.
Okay, a thorn is that I just need to simply accept that I am allergic to quinoa and avocado. I need to stop eating foods that don't agree with me. I've just been running to the toilet all week long. I will say, feeling cleansed now that I'm done and I'm
gonna blow.
Trying to be a skinny legend. But I don't know why I do that to myself. Yeah. It's fine.
It is always shocking when we know you have a quinoa allergy specifically, and you continually order a salad with quinoa, and I
didn't get it today. I was good, and I didn't get avocado on my salad.
Okay, I'm telling you, there's something to do with both of those cause allergies.
So, anyways, that was the thorn. It's just all weekend. I just literally been blowing up, so that's it. And then,
that sounds like a thorn.
That's a thorn.
Buttholes on fire.
And then Rose is, Jaclyn had to be my reader for a self-tape audition today. Honestly, great work. Love collaborating. The dynamic duo at it again.
There was one point where I thought I was going to laugh, so I couldn't keep my eyes. I had to keep my eyes.
I know, it's almost
page.
like we can't work together.
Yeah, because we can't take each other seriously.
Yeah, we don't take each other seriously. So there's definitely a line.
I think if you book it, I think it might be because of my incredible reading skills.
I actually can't think of a day where if we were in like a corporate setting, let's say Poddy Talk gets picked up and we're like on a network and they go, ladies, come in. And then Jaclyn would look at me.
I go,
and we would just die.
No, you want to know what it is? It's even just me saying hello. She can't handle. I go, hello, nice to meet you. She goes, why is your voice so low? Why are you saying hello instead of hello?
It's like we always have something to say, and it's just
we're always
but that's a rose. It's like funny. So
it's absolutely hilarious.
And then another rose is had an epic roast last night. Thank you to shouts out Megan Taylor. She like shucked it up for
Irish
real.
chef.
Yeah, again, not an ounce of veganism involved. It was literally like chicken, butter, potato.
I know. And her food always looks so good.
Yeah, it was made with love.
I need to bring her some vegan substitutions.
It was made with love.
Sure.
And then a rosebud is, I'm just manifesting health and wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like this week I'm seeing new money, I'm seeing new jobs, I'm seeing new opportunities.
Has dollar signs.
Yes. You know when you feel that way? When you're like, I'm on a money tree right now.
You know what's funny? I mean, I'm going to take this as one of my roses.
Sure.
Is that I do feel like I'm on this creative upswing. Like I'm feeling inspired and I'm feeling like in a good headspace and refreshed. A thorn for me, actually, on the contrary, I actually had a self-tape on Friday and I couldn't get a reader.
Which makes no sense. You never called me.
I should have, but it was like I was last minute ask and I was like, whatever. So I just was like, to be fair, the role was like a YouTuber kind of thing, so I was like, what would this character do? Actually, she would be her own reader because she's innovative.
Right.
So I actually thought, if anything, that was on brand for the character.
Right.
So no, I became my own reader, which was an interesting experience, and safe to say, I don't think I'm going to book that one.
That basically means that she was on the camera speaking, but then her voice was also echoing in the background.
And specifically, the one scene that I was doing, it was like the love interest, and they were having like maybe their first kiss and their first spark. So I was reading to myself, basically being like, I want to kiss you right now. And I'm like, oh, only if you want, like one of those things.
Yeah, you know what it is? That's just a bit distracting, actually, that your voice would be on both.
That's why I had to like pitch it. Like I had to make it change it a bit so it didn't sound the exact.
Oh, you did change the pitch?
So that way it sounded a little different.
But then your agent recognized right away that it was you?
No, I confess. Just so you know, something is strange.
I go and then right away they go, Jaclyn, we know this is you on both
No, I mean, you still can tell, but there is a difference.
That's very funny.
But no, she's like, I will tell casting something. I was like, okay.
We have flagged
that was a thorn. The rose is actually, oh my god, I have a new thorn.
Okay.
The thunderstorm that kind of came in yesterday, cracked in the afternoon.
It was so loud.
It cracked one of my tomato plants, like the main thing in half. But the rose of that, I'll show you when we go outside.
Whoa.
The rose of that is though, my plants are a jungle. They needed to be trimmed back, so it just gave me, it like
motivated you.
Exactly. I was like, it did the hard work for me because I wouldn't have been able to cut that.
Right.
And it broke it for me.
So you're like, I gotta go.
It was good.
Get it done.
And something that I'm looking forward to is
Torchella.
That was mine last week, I think. I'm not going to reuse. I'm looking forward to a beautiful long walk today because I need to take myself on a walk. It's a gorgeous day. I'm like a dog. I need to walk
like
myself.
a dog. That's what I was going to Someone said that on the Views podcast the other day. He goes, you lie like a dog. And I was like, lie like a dog. Funny.
Anyways, guys, this has been another episode of Poddy Talk, the
podcast where we shit talk ourselves. That was zesty energy today. Thank you, Dr. Phil, for tuning in.
I'm Jack.
I'm Tor, and we will see you on the...
I say good day.
I said good day.
No, I was going to say good day. I say good day.
Yeah. Wait, you say good day.
Okay. Good day. I said good day. Roxy like a puma.
Bye.
Bye.